If you have air dry clay, here are 5 easy and cute things you can make. Before we start, I always knead my clay for a few minutes and add a bit of water if it feels dry. Conditioning the clay helps reduce cracking. Let's make a bag charm. To start, make some templates for the charms. You can draw, trace, or print your designs. I used a pencil and parchment paper to trace mine. I'm rolling out some clay with a rolling pin and placing the templates on top. Use a precision knife to cut around the template and clean up the edges. I'm also using my hands and a clay tool to smooth everything out. Don't forget to remove the template from the clay. Now we can insert an eye pin into each charm. I'm using eye pins with screws, so I twist them in and gently press them down at the end. After they have fully dried, I'm lightly sanding them. Make sure to wear goggles, a mask, and work in a well-ventilated room while sanding. I also place a damp tissue underneath to catch some of the fine dust. After sanding, I'm painting the pieces with acrylic paint. Once the paint is dry, I'm glazing the pieces with UV resin. UV resin is the most durable option for glaze, but it's also very toxic and needs UV light to cure. Make sure to wear a proper respirator mask, gloves, and work in a well-ventilated space. I also keep an air purifier running while I glaze. I add resin to the front and sides, cure it with a UV lamp, then flip it over and do the same on the back. To assemble the bag charm, we'll need some chain, jump rings, a keyring, and jewelry pliers. Use the jump rings to attach the keyring to the chain and to attach the charms to the chain. The star-shaped keyring didn't fit on my bag, so I'm switching to a different one. Once everything's assembled, we're done. I attached it to my backpack and it looks so cute. Next, let's make some hair clips. We'll be making and attaching clay charms to the clips. I'm starting with some dongo charms. Make sure the backs are flat so they're easier to glue on later. Here, I'm adding 3 dongo pieces to a toothpick. The first one turned out a bit big, so I'm making a smaller one. The next hair clip will be blueberries. To make a blueberry, roll a ball of clay and use a ball tool to add the details. I also want to attach a bead or charm to one of the blueberries, so I'm twisting in an eye pin. Once they're dry, we can sand and paint them. When the paint's dry, I use super glue to attach the pieces to the hair clips. Then I glaze them with UV resin. After curing, I trim the toothpick with a wire cutter. Finally, I use a jump ring and jewelry pliers to attach a charm to the eye pin. I'll be making a soot sprite magnet. Flatten a ball of clay and use a clay tool to indent and shape the sides. I've made egg keychains before, but I don't have any egg magnets, so let's make one now. Here, I'm scoring the pieces and adding slip to attach them. Once they're dry, sand them and use super glue to attach the magnets to the back. Then we can paint after the glue is fully dry. For glazing, I'm using clay varnish instead of resin. It's not as durable, but it's less toxic and it air dries. I like using varnish for decorative pieces, This magnet was glazed with varnish and it still looks glossy and nice even after a few months. For keychains, I wanted to try something new, so let's make some stacked keychains. First, I'm making 2 easy marshmallow charms. Usually, I just twist in one eye pin at the top, but for charms I want to stack, I also twist in another eye pin at the bottom. I'm only stacking 2 charms for my keychain, but you can stack more if you'd like. After sanding, painting, and glazing, use a jump ring to connect the charms. Attach it to a phone strap or ball chain and we're done. Lastly, let's make an easy trinket tray. Roll out some clay and use a round lid to trace and cut the shape. Then use your hands to curl the edges and form a border. Smooth everything out and let it dry. I'm using varnish to glaze, and after that dries, I can use it to store trinkets.